So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an experiment. I got this ages ago and I haven't used it. It's so what I want to do is create a mold. If I can grab this, sorry. What I want to do is create a mold for her, and then do some experiments. You know, turn her into a brooch or a fridge magnet, whatever it is. But what I want to do first of all is just do an experiment and figure out how it works. So I'm just waiting for this to dry while I do that. And I've got some monster clay. I bought two types. I bought hard. This is only the medium, but I find it's really hard. I got soft as well, and this stuff is like super hard. So you have to put it in the microwave to soften it up a little bit. You get some time, and it's really nice. This clay actually, it's feels a bit oily, but then it should, because that's what it is. It's a sort of, I believe it's an oil-based clay, and I don't sculpt half as much as I used to. Just like the feeling of clay in your hands, you know. You know, that's a perfectly ergonomic joystick. That looks like sort of like some kind of Giga-esque phallic poo, but that's not why I'm here. I'm just gonna dick about for a minute and try and figure something out. One of the characters that I don't have any tinfoil knocking around either to create like the base mesh. Usually what I do is create a base mesh around tinfoil and wire, and then I'll get this and mold it around, but can't do that today because I don't have, it's just that time of the month. So I don't know, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I do know I'm not happy with one of the characters. I wrote a script called Park Live, which is two guys on a bench basically just talking shit to each other. And when I did the voices, because I can't actually do voices, like my range is very limited, I'm not really an actor, and when I pitch shifted the voice of the character that was doing the main talking down, I suddenly got pictures of a different characters talking, and I thought it would just be funnier if he was like a bigger guy. At the moment, the characters, and you can see it on one of my posts on YouTube, but at the moment the characters are not right. So I put a pin in that animation because I want to get it right. I was going to do it 2D, but maybe what I can do is, while I'm waiting for everything to dry, I can just have a little fiddle about and see if I can get an idea, maybe in 3D, because sometimes sketching is good. You just sketch different ideas, or you just want to sculpt, like kind of sketching in clay, I guess, like just seeing what you've got, just trying to figure things out, you know. It's like there's no rhyme or reason. It's very much a sketchy process of just looking at the shapes and seeing what you can see. Now it might mean that I create something out of this that I can scan in later and then retopologize and animate in 3D, or it might just be like a reference, nothing else. I don't know yet. All I want to do is just play with the clay and see what's going on, and you know, see if there's something in my subconscious, in the clay, so to speak, that will come out and say hello, basically. And if nothing else, just playing with clay is amazing. It's not like I do like digital sculpting, but I miss this. you know, just getting your hands dirty with the mud, basically, because that's all clay is, just mud, right? And just seeing what you got, you know, what's going on, what do I want to do, who's in there, you know. You can put monster clay in the microwave to soften it up, which is really cool. So you can get like a hard monster clay or a medium in this case, and soften it up in the microwave, and then you can work with it until and it will go pretty solid. I mean, this, the edges, which hasn't done, like, it's redder in real life than it is there. So now that could mean that the clay's hard or I'm a pussy, either way. Not sure, what do I want to do with this? Do I even want him to be a thing? What's going on? It's really weird as well, sculpting at this angle so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not sure. I think it all hinges around his nose or something. Maybe he was a boxer in the past life, you know, and he works as a bouncer or something. I don't know who this character is yet, but I know that two people on the bench are best mates. I know that the one that does most of the talking is quite young. The old fella is kind of just sits there and very Laurel and Hardy, I guess, or very Penn and Teller. You know, one's very quiet and listens, and the other one does, I suppose, Silent Bob-ish as well. You know, the classics. Who are you? What have you done with your life? What have you seen? Why are you two friends? Have you always been friends? Do you just sit on the, you know, do you just sit on the bench? Is that how you met? You just like the same bench? You like the same view? You creatures of habit? Or are you friends from a different time, different life, you know? Not work colleagues, I know that much for sure. I think you're sort of guys that just sit on a bench and talk, you know? I don't think, perhaps you know, the bench is the place that you sit and you have a conversation, you know? You pass like sage wisdom onto each other, you know? Maybe it's tales from the bench, this segment, you know, as a boxing analogy or something. You know, life is a struggle. He's a working class guy. Pat's definitely working class. I've got it in my mind that Pat's actually sort of one of those like nondescript Londoners with, you can't quite tell where he's from, you know. He could be Asian, he could be Middle Eastern, he might be Italian, you know. There's like a mix, there's a mix to him that makes him difficult the place, and it's not something like we really care about, you know. Like, it's not important. It's, you know, it's not a diversity quote, and it's just these two guys sitting on a bench, you know, in a country that has traditionally welcomed people from all over the world getting together and doing their thing. There's something happening. Can you see that? Maybe you need like a different angle. From here with the shadows, I can start to see something happening. Like his nose got a very... Is it going to be a stylized thing or what? I like what's happening. Let's see. Flatmates are up. I might have to stop for now. Maybe we should go and look at pictures of old boxers, you know, like the heavy sort of pugilist types. I do know that our man, Phil, is about 10 years younger than Pat. Something happening, isn't there? Really hard to see on the camera what's going on. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit. I think the imagination, or my imagination, is giving me ideas. If nothing else, what playing with clay can do, or sketching, or whatever your thing is that you just, as you're doing it, you can daydream about the character and figure out what's going on, and it's almost like it's like a different way of brainstorming the character, you know. It's a different way of approaching it. I do like monster clay though, it's got a great feel to it. It's just so easy to work with, and you can get lots of detail, or you can get it really smooth. Obviously I'm not worried about it being smooth right now. All we're doing is creating a profile that you like. Something's going on. Don't worry about detail. Maybe I don't want to be mean. I don't know what's going on with him. Who are you? What have you been doing? It smells lovely as well. You know, similar clay. Oh, it's starting to go hard. kind of standing up in the kitchen is probably not the best idea I've had. It's becoming a bit too rich. I haven't tried it before, but maybe I can scan in the clay once it's done. You know, don't finish it too much, have the rough fingers on it and stuff. Maybe it can be animated in like Blender. The 3D model, but it looks like clay. Something's happening. Watch him. He needs a big chin, this guy. Okay. Ron Perlman in stature, you know. Who's that boxer? Was it Lenny? Oh, I don't know what history. Almost feeling a little bit too realistic now. I'm not sure I like him. Anyhow, she's nearly ready. Even if I don't use this, what's happened now is that I think he's a boxer. I think he's like 40. Been in the wars a little bit. Battles, you know. I don't know if he's a former soldier or anything like that, but he's just a geezer. You know? Anyhow, I'm going to turn this video off because I actually have some work to do. Oh, why am I only doing one half? Because this is just a sketch. This is me just experimenting, and I can take a picture of it. I can put it in the computer and I can mirror it. I can put a mirror right there. It'll get me a good idea